Good morning, everyone. My name is Jaachị Anyatọnwụ. I am creative designer of Joy Momentum. I welcome you back to Launch and Learn podcasts. We will talk about everything that involves working remotely, everything that involves what we do at Joy Momentum. It is an exciting podcast, all right? And we are here today to discuss a very important topic that affects startups. I'm not here alone, so I would love to introduce someone who is here with me.
Hey guys, Pelumi Odusanya. So I'm a business analyst intern for Joy Momentum, and I've been here for 3 months, and it's been a good ride to see how things can go in a startup environment. And I'm excited to discuss with Jaachị the challenges and the opportunities that we can face and that we can try and do in this type of environment.
Yeah, so I'm thrilled to be here today to discuss the dynamic world of startups. We're going to focus on the challenges and opportunities that come with it. I promise you this is going to be a thrilling conversation. So, Pelumi, I would love to ask you, what are the challenges you think startups experience?
I think first and foremost, one of the challenges in this environment can definitely be the processes, the way that the startup company does things. I think it's not always set in stone, so it's always changing, and it's up to everyone in the startup to kind of find that effective and that efficient way of moving in a startup environment. So one way can go well, and then in the future it starts to become obsolete and outdated, and that's where we have to evolve and have a more efficient practice as we go on in the startup, as the startup starts to grow. So the startup from day one and the startup from day 100 will be definitely different from when you look at from those 2 points.
Right. It gets better as you keep going. I think one other challenge startups face is uncertainty and risk. In a startup, the process is rarely clear out. Yeah, most times rarely clear out. You often find yourself navigating an uncharted water, which I think it creates a significant emotional toll on everyone involved in that podcast. And sometimes the fear of failure can hover around them like a thick cloud, and it gets really overwhelming. So it is essential to recognize such uncertainties and also seek for ways to adapt and learn in the process. That this is one challenge I observed in startup environment.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but at the same time, that's where the opportunities then come up, because if you're new into a startup, you have the opportunity to bring that change and to improve things as well. But again, I think it's very important for there to be a senior member, a mentor type, to get you onboarded properly and efficiently as well. So then you have a foundation to grow and improve the startup as well, because it can be a bit daunting when you first start and you're not sure where to go. You really need that mentorship to find your place. And once you
Right.
start to assimilate into the startup, that's when you can start to improve things and make better changes.
Yeah, a thought just crossed my mind while you spoke, and is about resources. I think startups has have a lean availability of resources. There's limitation, and it is common. It's a common hurdle among startups. Many startups operate on really tight budgets, and also limited manpower. Because resources goes beyond just the finances, also includes human resources. And this scarcity kind of it forces startups to prioritize ruthlessly. They got to cut off some unnecessary activities, even though it could benefit them. This is where strategic choices comes in. Sometimes sacrificing short-term goals, short-term gains for a long-term vision. So, what do you think about this resource limitation in capital and human resources?
It's definitely a need, and it's definitely important because you need to make sure that resources are being allocated into the correct places. But that's when you really need to think about the strategy, and it has to be effective. You need to make sure that the things that you're putting your resources into are being done for the good of the startup and having priority against things that you can do in the future. So if your startup doesn't have the resources to get the most experienced staff, then you need to start looking at allocating some of that resources to get at least a core, a small core of senior staff, and then start bringing interns, enough interns that that core can use their expertise and their experience to teach these interns. And that's when you start to grow and foster that culture and that environment. And that's when you can start allocating resources to more staff, to more softwares and processes. I think it's all like when you're growing a tree, you need the right things first, and then then it has to start to grow, and all these other parts and other things start coming through.
Yeah, speaking of team building, building a cohesive team is another challenge that many startups face. When you have people from different skills come together, there's this difficulty to foster collaboration and also maintain the morale of the team, especially if the team work remotely mostly. Fostering that startups find difficult. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, the remote setting is very difficult to foster culture and collaboration. Um, but again, these are some of the things you need to think of in terms of strategy and in terms of when you're allocating resources. I think it's important to have again with that core to have that core and to have basically to keep them busy and to give the staff the culture things to do together and opportunities to do together and actually have a goal that they're working through. But it's very important to outline what that goal is and what the objective is for various different teams, because if there's not a proper goal, then productivity starts to die out, and because of it's a remote setting, a lot of things become very mechanical. So I think especially in a startup, if you are having a lot of teams and a lot of products you're working on, it's important to have the right management and the right leadership to obviously lead the interns, lead the less experienced, so and have that culture. There should be you know smaller cultures that build up to the one big culture. You understand what I mean? To one big environment, especially in the remote setting, is very important that you do that, because if you don't, your productivity is gonna drop off, and you're not gonna be getting out the most talent and the most potential out of your colleagues and of the teams.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely right. A strong leadership and open communication. These are vital in creating an environment where everyone feels valued, everyone feels heard in such an environment. Now, there is something I observed among startups. They tend to be doing what everyone else is already doing. Take, for instance, if you look at the fintech startup ecosystem, there are so many of them, the brands already existing. And should one think about starting up another fintech, you are trying to squeeze yourself into an already competitive market. The competition is very high. Startups often find themselves in a fierce battle against already established brands and other emerging players, of course. What do you think about this particular challenge, the market competition that startups face?
All the fintechs are doing the same thing. It's important from your own right because the market is so populated. Obviously, it's hard to stand out, but at the same time, you still have a foundation and a layout to do the same things that the fintech does, which they do right, which is proven that you can do right. And then from there, I feel like you really have to take it slow, evolve from what they're doing into your own thing, make it your own brand as well. So obviously the foundation is going to be what all the other fintechs are doing, and then you have to branch out and differentiate yourself from them. And that's why it brings out an opportunity to stand out, because you need to do things different from what they're doing, and that's where competitive analysis comes from as well. To be constantly watching your competitors and seeing the things they're doing well and the things they are doing wrong, and see how to build off of that as well.
Market research, I get that. Yeah, the competitive environment can be daunting, and I think, but that also drives innovation and creativity. So one has to stand out. One has to stand out by first having a unique proposition. There must be something different about your own startup that will convince someone to leave the already existing brands and come to you. That's quite striking. Know the challenges now, know the challenges that startups face in the startup environment. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back in a few minutes.
Welcome to Join Momentum, where we're not just a company, but a community of digital innovators. At Join Momentum, our mission is simple yet powerful: to accelerate digital talents and business productivity through practical work experiences, trainee internships, and talent placement. We believe in the transformative power of hands-on experience and mentorship, so all our associates learn by doing, not just theories. Through these efforts, we build innovative products and solutions that address user needs and create value for our candidates, clients, and stakeholders. You can partner with us in our mission to accelerate digital talents and increase business productivity by working with us, hiring our talents, or investing in us. This is Join Momentum.
Tired of learning job skills from textbooks? Meet Job Simulator AI. We've built the first AI platform that lets you practice real jobs in a safe, virtual environment. It's like a flight simulator, but for careers. Practice real jobs, get real proof, build a portfolio of completed simulations, earn performance badges inspired by industry leaders, showcase verified skills to employers, get instant AI feedback on your progress. For educational institutions, be among the first schools and universities to give your students practical job experience before graduation. Limited early access spots available. For businesses, sponsor industry-specific simulations to showcase your brand. Build a pipeline of practice-ready talent. Connect with candidates who excel in your simulations. Transform employee training and reduce onboarding time. For training providers, add hands-on practice to your existing courses. Differentiate your offering with AI-powered simulations. Give learners verifiable proof of practical skills. Scale your training impact globally. For students and job seekers, stop wondering if you're ready for that dream job. Start practicing it today. Join our early access waitlist. Ready to revolutionize job training? Sign up for early access at www.jobsimulator.ai. The future of work is hands-on. Don't just learn it, leave it.
Join Momentum Learning and Development Squad have rolled out practical work experience simulation programs and scenario-based learning on a new platform called the Growth Academy.
At the Growth Academy, you will engage in real-world simulations and complete scenario-based tasks at your own pace, which are all inspired by global brands.
With consistent practice and support, our participants gain invaluable experiences across multiple disciplines such as product management, data science, project planning, business analysis, virtual assistant, business development, technical sales, cybersecurity, and many more.
The Growth Academy programs come with AI-powered evaluations. You will receive detailed feedback assessment directly to your inbox, guiding your skill development and areas of improvement. You can also showcase your new skills expertise by ordering digital certificates, which are perfect for demonstrating your competency to employers or clients.
You will also become part of a dynamic community of professionals, sharing knowledge and supporting each other on the path to success. And we empower you to step up as a leader, coach, by reselling any of our programs as your own and earn instant income while helping others grow in their careers.
Start your journey today at www.thegrowthacademy.co.uk.
All right, welcome back from the short break. Still in the Launch and Learn podcast, and we've been talking about thriving in a startup environment, considering the challenges and the opportunities involved. We've talked about the challenges. There are so many challenges that we highlighted, which include scaling issues, resource limitations, risks and uncertainties, difficulty of building a team, and what was the last? I think competition. Yeah, market competition. So let's dive into the opportunities that abound in startup environment. First is the opportunity to innovate and be creative. And one of the most exciting aspects, I think, of working in a startup environment is the freedom to innovate. Yeah, it gives you that freedom to spread your wings and fly. You have the chance to bring up fresh ideas to the market, and also this environment, it encourages one to think out of the box and also pushes you to challenge the status quo. What are your thoughts on this, Pelumi?
Yeah, it's very. That's one of the opportunities I agree on as well. In a startup environment, you're now able to you have more free range. A lot of the management, they look to you, and your voice is valued, and what you can bring, is valued as well. And especially when you have that creative and innovative person coming in, and they have that indication that, oh, now um I can implement some of the things that I've learned, and I'm passionate about, and they can use it, and you can be nurtured with the management to bring value into the startup. So those are one of the opportunities. If it's done well, if it's nurtured well, it can really promote growth in the startup and lead them to do good things, and foster more collaboration as well.
Yeah, speaking of growth, working in a startup environment encourages personal growth. It also gives one the opportunity to learn new things. You wear many hats and you tackle diverse challenges in whatever ecosystem you find yourself in the startup. And these experiments, or rather these experiences, they contribute to one's skill sets and also prepares you for future endeavors. Of course, and it is advised for people to embrace whatever opportunity they find in a startup environment to develop oneself, to learn more, and also attached to this personal growth is the the opportunity to network and collaborate with people. The startups provides these fantastic networking opportunities. You get to meet people from diverse industries. You're often surrounded by fellow entrepreneurs, mentors, and even industry leaders who can offer valuable insights and support to make that startup successful. Are there other opportunities that abound in startup environments?
I mean, you're definitely on the point there. You're able to network with a lot of people. I mean, the other opportunities is also you feel less pressured. Um, you know that everyone is there to
Yeah,
basically you know be next to you and guide you. One of the opportunities really in a startup environment is that the work that you do is going to have a direct impact on how the startup is going to perform in this industry. And again, if that's nurtured well, that can really motivate someone to to do well. And they're getting a lot of that experience from the jump as well. There's not a lot of how can I say tedious tasks and work that they have to do. A lot of their work has to come from their own knowledge, and they have to really collaborate with everyone in the startup. It isn't just management holding their hand. They have to really be initiative and be proactive, and they really need to know how to ask for help. And that's one of the opportunities that they have. They're having that in-depth learning, and they're learning on the job as well. So yeah, that is one of the
yeah.
other opportunities.
Another great benefit, I think, is flexibility. You have that flexibility and autonomy um, in startup environments. Unlike the more rigid structures in already established organizations, the startups allow one to adapt the work environment. There's this flexibility that can lead to a greater job satisfaction, a better work-life balance. All right, and I think this is essential in maintaining one's motivation and creativity in a work environment. I would love to add impacts. Yeah, impacts. Working in a startup environment has this impact in one's life. It has a makes a tangible impact in one life. It gives one that sense of purpose, and this can be incredibly motivating and fulfilling. It drives one to work hard to contribute to one's quota, a vision that you truly believe in. In fact, the opportunities and exhaustible.
That's true. That's true. The opportunities there are really great, but the foundation has to be there in the startup, and it's very, very important that there's a training and development process, which is effective for the new staff and for the team or all across different teams to actually grow and to grab these opportunities and actually reap the benefits from them. And it's really important for the higher management to make sure that these teams and these individuals, they have a clear goal, they have a clear objective, and they have something to develop, and they have a clear plan and know what they're trying to develop and how they can grow it in the future. If that picture isn't painted for them, it can really demotivate them. And it's one thing that startups really need to make sure they're getting right in this type of environment. And because once they get that right, there's just a whole variety of opportunities that can just come just from just having that motivated staff. And that's when growth, both personal and organizational, that's when the growth really starts to show and to reap the benefits.
Yeah, I think it's also very important to celebrate wins, both small and big wins. Celebrate everyone working within that startup environment. When you recognize people's achievements, it fosters motivation. Also, it reinforces a sense of progress and belonging. It is really essential, especially in a startup environment that is chaotic. All right, and another important thing I think startups should do is to focus on customer feedback. I think it is essential to listen to your customers. Their feedbacks are invaluable. They will go a long way to guide you in your product development. It will have a great impact, all right, in improving on your offerings. And also it builds that customer loyalty. Yes, I was about to say that it builds that customer loyalty. And it's also essential to build a supportive culture within the work environment. It encourages open communication. You have an issue with a co-colleague, you can easily open up and share. It also helps to recognize the contribution of everyone within the team. All right, this positive work environment can significantly enhance productivity and boost the morale of everyone in the team.
Yeah, that's very true. And morale plays a very key role, especially in a startup environment. Definitely, the pros outweigh the cons by a large margin.
Right, right.
Without loyalty, once it's grown, it can't really be stopped. And I think that's the key factor to make sure that is being fostered in the startup environment is that loyalty, and it's that methods to get customer feedback and build off that feedback and make valuable products, because everyone wins in that situation. Everyone benefits from that situation as well. So yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So in conclusion, what are your final thoughts on this topic we discussed on today? Thriving in a startup environment. What are your final thoughts on the challenges and the opportunities involved.
Yeah, so my conclusion about thriving in a startup environment is basically the challenges are there, but these challenges really need to be worked on. Having a foundation and having that effective process of development and fostering culture and collaboration brings a whole new wave of opportunities that for a startup can have. And those opportunities can grow into personal growth and personal development, and for the startup to grow and develop as well. So I think the challenges really need to be identified in a startup environment, and they need to be prioritized and make sure that they're being alleviated, because once you put in that time to take on those challenges, those opportunities, they lead to more benefits and just to, in conclusion, more growth, to everyone involved.
Yeah, that's right. So, in conclusion, while the startup environment is filled with challenges, so many challenges, it also offers an unparalleled wealth of opportunities for growth, for innovation, and of course for impact in one's immediate environment and globally. So, if you are a founder, a startup founder, I would advise you to embrace the journey with resilience, be ready to face the challenges with an open mind, and I believe you'll find out that the rewards will be transformative, not just for you, but also for your target customers. And thank you for your time, for being with us here in the Launch and Learn podcast. And I look forward to seeing your comments, your thoughts on all that was discussed today. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Welcome to Join Momentum, where we're not just a company, but a community of digital innovators. At Join Momentum, our mission is simple yet powerful: to accelerate digital talents and business productivity through practical work experiences, trainee internships, and talent placement. We believe in the transformative power of hands-on experience and mentorship, so all our associates learn by doing, not just theories. Through these efforts, we build innovative products and solutions that address user needs and create value for our candidates, clients, and stakeholders. You can partner with us in our mission to accelerate digital talents and increase business productivity by working with us, hiring our talents, or investing in us. This is Join Momentum.
Tired of learning job skills from textbooks? Meet Job Simulator AI. We've built the first AI platform that lets you practice real jobs in a safe, virtual environment. It's like a flight simulator, but for careers. Practice real jobs, get real proof, build a portfolio of completed simulations, earn performance badges inspired by industry leaders, showcase verified skills to employers, get instant AI feedback on your progress. For educational institutions, be among the first schools and universities to give your students practical job experience before graduation. Limited early access spots available. For businesses, sponsor industry-specific simulations to showcase your brand. Build a pipeline of practice-ready talent. Connect with candidates who excel in your simulations. Transform employee training and reduce onboarding time. For training providers, add hands-on practice to your existing courses. Differentiate your offering with AI-powered simulations. Give learners verifiable proof of practical skills. Scale your training impact globally. For students and job seekers, stop wondering if you're ready for that dream job. Start practicing it today. Join our early access waitlist. Ready to revolutionize job training? Sign up for early access at www.jobsimulator.ai. The future of work is hands-on. Don't just learn it, leave it.
Join Momentum Learning and Development Squad have rolled out practical work experience simulation programs and scenario-based learning on a new platform called the Growth Academy.
At the Growth Academy, you will engage in real-world simulations and complete scenario-based tasks at your own pace, which are all inspired by global brands.
With consistent practice and support, our participants gain invaluable experiences across multiple disciplines such as product management, data science, project planning, business analysis, virtual assistant, business development, technical sales, cybersecurity, and many more.
The Growth Academy programs come with AI-powered evaluations. You will receive detailed feedback assessment directly to your inbox, guiding your skill development and areas of improvement. You can also showcase your new skills expertise by ordering digital certificates, which are perfect for demonstrating your competency to employers or clients.
You will also become part of a dynamic community of professionals, sharing knowledge and supporting each other on the path to success. And we empower you to step up as a leader, coach, by reselling any of our programs as your own and earn instant income while helping others grow in their careers.
Start your journey today at www.thegrowthacademy.co.uk.